Hello, thank you so much for joining me for this class. I am very happy to see you, very happy that you have decided to learn how to do these live events. And this is what we're going to be doing today. Now, this is a no step skipped video. This is no step skipped for Facebook live events. And what that means is two things. Number one, this video can be a little bit long, so definitely check out the pieces that I have spliced apart in case you just want to go section by section. Also, it can be, if you have never done anything like this before, it can be a little stressful. So pull out your stress away, give a nice deep breathe in and breathe out of that essential oil, and just go as slow as you need to, or speed it up if you need to. Fast forward, go back to different spots that you need, and just know that this video is ready to be played over and over and over and over again. Okay, so here's what we're going to be doing today. First of all, I'm going to show you how I choose my classes. We're going to make the graphic for our Facebook events page. We are going to post it on the Facebook events page. We will email it out to our leads in Marketing Sense as well as Young Living, and then we're going to share it to our group. And I will show you how to give your event a little boost in Facebook to see if you can't maybe reach some people that you don't know who are brand new and they're brand new to you. So let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is come over here to Grow Workspace. You do not have to use Grow Workspace. All of the software that I'm going to show you, Grow Workspace and Marketing Sense today, and PicMonkey, these are things that I love to use. You can use free options. So for example, you may just have a class that you like, or you might like creating classes, in which case you're not going to need Grow Workspace. You might like designing things with pages that comes with your computer, and so therefore you don't need PicMonkey. So if you're coming across an option that's like a paid option and you're feeling a little overwhelmed by that, just know that there is a workaround. This is just what I like to use. So we're in Grow Workspace right now, and Hormones for Him, what I like to do for this particular class, so I'm putting together a class on men's health, and I love to cut and kind of paste things together. So I will typically, when I'm doing a class, do Hormones for Him, and then there's also Gift Giving for Him as well, and then there's Oils for Every Man. So they have 3 guy classes back here, and I will typically combine all 3 into a fantastic class. Now, I don't want to overwhelm you with that. We're not really talking about class structure today, but I just thought I would give you that extra little snippet. So what I do is I will come in here into Hormones for Him, and I'm going to download the webinar slide deck. And this is done on a Mac. It's gonna look a little different, you guys, if you're working from a PC. So just know that, but it shouldn't be so different that things are overwhelming. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm going to come into this slide deck that I just downloaded, this Hormones slide deck here, and I'm gonna open it up. And I'm gonna click on this very first slide, and I will export that as a JPEG file. Because this, I just love to use things that are already there. The less I have to reinvent the wheel, the happier I am with that. And then I'm gonna come over to PicMonkey. And again, if you want a free option, just pop it into your pages. So I'm gonna go into PicMonkey, and I'm gonna create new. And I'm gonna go with a blank canvas. And PicMonkey has this Facebook event cover option, which is exactly what we're looking for. And it's gonna pop open, and this is gonna be the exact size that you need for your Facebook cover. So I'm gonna come over into Photos and Video. I'm going to add a photo and video from my computer. And every once in a while, this is why I call this no step skipped, because if you look over here, I don't actually see my beautiful JPEG. So we're gonna try that again. It may have saved somewhere really kind of funky. So let me find my hormones for him, and we're gonna try this again. So every once in a while, let's see here, it said that it saved it in downloads. We've got to save it as a JPEG. Let's get rid of that, and I'm just gonna call it first slide. So maybe it's in there and I just didn't see it. Okay, so let's try again. Computer. And there it is. All right, so with PicMonkey, it pops into this uploaded section, and you just have to give it a click in order to get it to pop up here. And then as you can see, it's not, you know, the perfect size. So I'm just gonna stretch it out. Da, 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 and hope that not too much is lost. I've done all sorts of like funny things to like get things to fit the way that I want them to, but I think this right here is great. And now sometimes with Facebook, one of the things that it does is very mobile responsive. So it'll have a photo look a little different on a cell phone than it does on your laptop, than it does on an iPad or a tablet. So you do want to make sure that you're not putting text too close to the edges, because when it's responsive and that photo changes size a little bit, it might chop off. So I like to leave my edges a little bit free, although I'm going to make hormones just a little tight at the top because I want to show off a few more of these oils. Okay, so then I also love to add little embellishments. So I go into graphics and I will usually look for line, or, you know, you can just do anything, you know, that kind of strikes your fancy and, you know, matches your brand. There, let's add a little blue squiggly. What else can we put in here? How about this little guy? I don't know why, but like when hormones are off, like this kind of reminds me of like a hormone. Maybe off a little bit. So, but guys are not pink. So we're gonna change him to yellow. Maybe make him a little brighter. Okay, I think that might be all we need. Okay, so then lastly, I also do love to add a photo of my face. So people do really enjoy kind of seeing your faces. So you can go into your camera and just choose a selfie that you like. It doesn't have to be, you know, particularly glamorous. As a matter of fact, sometimes it's better if it's not super glamorous. And so I do have a couple of photos that I like. I wish I could say that I had prepared one right away, but that's why this is a no step skipped video. So I'm plugging in, and I have one that's just called Bev Bio that I tend to use a lot. And it's this one right here. So this is the one that we're gonna use. Again, we're gonna click it, and then I'm gonna remove the background. And then I wanna put it in like this corner right here. So I'm going to flip it. And then I like to add an outline. And I usually like that outline to be white and not horrifically pink. Okay. So we're gonna stick me down here. Sorry, I'm not a guy. Because I feel like a man's face might be a little better. There we go. Okay, hormones for him. Let's go ahead and download that. And the one thing that I can say is that when you are saving things, just double check and make sure it's going someplace where you can find it again. Cover photo. All right, there we go. Now we have that. And we're gonna download it. And then I'm just gonna check and just make sure that this is saved in downloads. Okay, great, so I'm gonna be able to find it again. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna pop over to our Facebook business page. Now, if you have not started a Facebook business page, it's very, very easy. I am Beverly at the Leaf Drop. You can go to facebook.com/Leaf Drop, and over here you can click this 3 buttons right here, and you can select Create Page. And Facebook is gonna walk you through the steps of actually creating your very own page, okay? So I don't think that you need to watch the video on that, even though I did create one, but it is really easy. And when it asks you what kind of page you are creating, I usually select a brand, that you are a brand or a store, because it just gives you some more options. So this is the Leaf Drop page. And what we're gonna be doing is we are going to be creating an event. So we're gonna go to More, and we're gonna go to our events, and we're going to create a new event. And this is gonna be an online event. If you are doing yours in person, you can select that, but we are going online. And now we're just going to be plugging in our information. So this is our Hormones for Him class. And something else that's kind of nice about Grow Workspace is that they do have marketing information also. And so if they have some that is pre-written, you can do that. Or I will sometimes go in, and again, the marketing information is like, you know, around in here. So I'm gonna download the script, because sometimes that very first paragraph talking about how, okay, let's just look, let's see, hormones, okay. Kind of getting an idea here. How hormones, let me see here, we will be showing class just for the men. So you can do to balance your hormones and testosterone. I always have a tough time spelling that word without making radical lifestyle changes. I'm going to share easy tips with you, and Young Living has some really effective products to help support and I'm going to say male hormones. Products and supplements that help support male hormones. Naturally. Okay, this Monday, grab your guy and come to our class just for the men. These are easy things you can do to balance your hormones and testosterone without making radical lifestyle changes. I'm going to share tips with you and some young, some effective young living products and supplements that help support male. I am going to share tips with you and some really effective young living products and supplements that help support male hormones naturally. Okay, awesome. So next, I like being health as far as my category is concerned. I always leave it open to the public. And then this is going to be next Monday night, the 16th. And then I do 9 p.m. Eastern. Now, the last time I set a time, the time zone was actually wrong. 9 p.m., but it just says 9 p.m. So I am going to guess that it is reading where I'm at. Okay, so what's really nice too about this is that this does show it to you on the laptop, and if you click the little mobile phone, it's going to show you what it looks like on mobile. So we're going to hit next, and it's going to ask us for a graphic. Now I'm going to be using a Facebook Live, but if you were, say, going to be doing a Zoom or something else somewhere else, you can cut and paste. You can either put instructions or you can use a different external link like to a Zoom class, but I love doing Facebook Live, okay? Got it. Okay, so we're gonna hit next, and now we're gonna upload that cover photo that we made. And it should be the perfect size. You know, if you needed to, you could drag it around and stuff like that too. So now we're gonna create the event. Ta-da! And it was just that easy. Okay, so number 1 and number 2 are finished. So there we go. We just chose our class. We made the graphic. We posted it on our event page. Okay, you see how quickly that went? Okay, so now we're gonna share it. And what's nice is that Facebook does make this really easy to share, which is great. So we're just gonna hit the little arrow button. Bum-ba-da-ba. So this is your link that you can use to invite other people. The only thing I don't like about the link is it doesn't create a really pretty thumbnail when you text it. So, however, I text it anyway. I just make sure that people know that it's coming. But what we're gonna do right now is we're actually gonna share it to a group. And I have the Leaf Drop Revolution group. And so I'm just gonna let my team know. Men's Health. How do you like that spelling, you guys? Men's Health. There you go. Now that just goes right to my team, people who are signed up on my team. And so I do love to incentivize people to bring non-Young Living guests with them. And so now we are gonna take our link, which is this little guy, and we're gonna head for Marketing Sense. Marketing Sense is where all of my leads exist. And we're going to do a broadcast email to send out word for our class that will be happening next week. So we're going to head into marketing, and we're going to scroll down to the email broadcast tool, and we're going to create a brand new broadcast. And this is all of our folders. So guess what, you guys? Technology Tuesday is over here, but I actually just send it to everybody. So my leads, if you are in my system, I definitely want you to receive my bunk. Maybe not that one. Okay. Maybe not this one either. Okay, I definitely want you to receive my emails. And so I am going to continue. You can do your saved searches and stuff like that too, but I'm going to continue to the next step. And what's nice is that if you just wanted to invite people who maybe were a brand new lead, you could actually manipulate this feature and just send it to contacts that were added after a certain date. Or maybe this is a class for people who are a little more seasoned, so you just want to send it to people who were added before a certain date. Now down here, you can also just send it to people in certain area codes. So let's say that you were wanting to do a local class and you wanted to include just people who were within a certain telephone area code or contacts that were within a certain zip code, you could actually do that right here. Because it's an online event, I'm not going to constrain my list at all. And so now we're going to create our message. There are lots of, like back here is actually where you can send out the newsletter that Marketing Sense makes for you. And you know, you can have that option, but we're going to compose our message. So we're going to call it Join Us Monday for him. So when it comes to subject lines, I do love to include the recipient's first name. So I'm going to go into codes and I'm going to put in recipient's first name like that. Join us live Monday for hormones for him. And then I'm going to come back here and I'm just going to grab the description. So again, I love to do things once and have it work several times. So this Monday, grab your guy and come to our class just for men. There are easy things you can do to balance your hormones and testosterone without making radical life changes. I'm going to share tips with you and some really effective Young Living products and supplements to help support male hormones naturally. RSVP to this Facebook Live class using this link. And then I'm going to highlight this link. Oh. Go back and get our link again. And then I always like the link to open in a new tab in case they want to come back to the email. And then let me make this all caps. This link. And then when it comes to emails that I'm sending that are just kind of simple text, I do both. I hyperlink it and then I will also show the link just in case for some reason people can't access it. You know, they can always copy and paste it into their browser. Oh, look at that, Facebook. Okay, RSVP to this Facebook Live class using this link. Click here. See you Monday, Beverly. Okay, now I like to leave my emails very, very plain, okay? Because I feel like they show up in inboxes a lot better. But if you wanted to, you could always include the image for your class. Again, that way you don't have to make a ton of things. You can just drag and drop. And Marketing Sense will put the photo in there for you, and then you can just make it a little smaller if you want to, just by dragging those little handles right there. You can also put it at the end, and maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe I'll just put it, right here. And I'm gonna show you another little trick too, which is kind of fun. Ta-da! Huge photo. So let's make this smaller. And then you know what we're gonna do is we're gonna select edit. Oops. We're going to select the photo and then edit. And let's go ahead and just put our link in here again, so that if anybody decides to click the picture, they will also go to the Facebook page. So we're gonna save that. And then we, let's say hello. Or how about Happy Monday? And let's put their name in there again. Happy Monday. Doop, doop. Okay. Sorry about my sound effects, you guys. That's literally how I live my life. Grab your guy and come to our class just for men. How do you like that? I left the Y out of happy. Something I also love to do as well is I love to have my computer read things to me. So there is an accessibility feature that is on Macs that will actually have your computer read it to you. I love doing this because that's how you pick out these little itty bitty things that maybe you catch, like where you say you instead of your, or your instead of you, and things like that. So, but in this case, we're just gonna read it out loud. So grab your guy and come to our class just for the men. There are easy things you can do to balance your hormones and testosterone without making radical life changes. I'm going to share tips with you and some really effective Young Living products and supplements that will help support male hormones naturally. RSVP to this Facebook Live class using this link. Click here, and then our little photo, and see you Monday, Beverly. Okay, that's great. Short, sweet, simple. So we're gonna copy this whole email, and we're gonna continue to step number 4 for Marketing Sense, and then we're just gonna send it out. So you could also schedule this for future delivery if you would like, which I love. So if you wanna pre-schedule a couple of these so that you don't have to think about it, you certainly can. But we're just gonna click Save and Finish. And this will start heading out to our people. Okay, so the next thing that we're gonna do is we are gonna head over to Young Living. And I do know that they are changing around our Young Living back office, so this might look completely different by the time you go to do this, but the functionality should still be there. So we're just gonna sign in with our member name and password. And we're going to go to My Organization, and then we will hit Advanced and Send Message to Report. And we are literally going to copy and paste what we just created in Marketing Sense right here. Hormones for him. Join us Monday night. Okay, so you can't, with the Young Living back office, put their first name in there, which I think is really sad. But what you can do is you can actually put in emojis. So if you come over to Facebook, and I'm just gonna switch this over to discussion, or you can just, you can just use whatever, like you can anywhere in Facebook. So let me see here, join us Monday. Let's do just a little smiley face. So we're gonna copy it, and then we're gonna head over to the virtual office, and we are gonna add a little smiley face. So grab your guys and come to our class just for the men. And then as you can tell, sometimes the spacing copies over a little strange. So you'll have to go through and just kind of make sure. Tips with you, RSVP using this link. Okay. So we're gonna put this all on one line because you also can't hyperlink. Okay, so we're gonna leave this right here. This will hyperlink when it pops into other people's inbox. But other than that, you know, it's not gonna hyperlink for you. So you definitely wanna make sure that you have your URL right there. And we already know that this is good because we read through it. So we're just gonna hit send. Join us Monday night for Hormones for Him. Okay, boom. Message sent. Okay, so that is that. Let's go ahead and, now we did already share it to a group. I kind of jumped the gun on that just a little bit. And so now we're gonna go back and we are gonna boost our event, because the way that I do these is that, you know, there is training that you want to do for your team that is ongoing education for current team members, and that's what happens in your group. So I do believe that every person who is building Young Living, it's good for you guys to have two things in Facebook. One is a group that is exclusive to your team, and the other is a business page that is just for you. And I really encourage you as a leader to work with people who are wanting to build their business, and if they want to build it online or with Facebook, encourage them to get a business page that's just for them, and then to add people to your group as a whole. So the purpose is your business page is how you reach out into the ethers to get more clients for your personal business. Your group is where you're gonna educate your team, okay? Now, for me, I'll reach into my group and let people know that they can bring guests. And what that means is when I do my close says, hey, if you were invited by somebody else, make sure to get with them. If you weren't invited by somebody else, here is my referral link and you can sign up. And then you also just want to make sure that when you do that, if you have people that spontaneously pop up on your page or in your group, that you're connecting with them and you're asking them how they got to that class. It is so important to make sure that the people who sign up get together with the people who invited them, and it's just a good way to be, right? So, so here we are on our page and we are going to boost it. And this is super easy because there is a boost event button right there, okay? So you can change your description if you would like to. You can just use your post, by the way, or you can change everything. You can change the description, you can change the photo, you can put in a little video if you would rather do a video, you can crop your photo. I mean, there is a million things that you can do with it. To be honest, I just like to keep it the way it is. Like, I think it's designed to look beautiful. And then with your audience, you can choose people who like your page or are friends. I actually have a custom audience that I like, that I created, that I love to use. And I just, when I'm boosting something, I like to exclude people that have an interest in Young Living, because I'm really looking for people who are out there, you know, wanting to sign up, wanting to get started with essential oils. And so that's just what I choose. And so now I like to boost for about $5 a day between now and when the class will actually start. So I will boost all the way through Monday to get people interested. And so I spend about $30 a week on these classes. You can go down to as little as $2 a day, just depending upon what you want. And I also always boost it to the same list. So, you know, people need, they need to see you and have, you know, 6 to 21 interactions with what you have before making a decision. And this is why I always will send things out to the same audience all the time, okay? So I want to make sure that this is, you know, getting right. Okay, so as you just saw with that pop-up, Facebook is going to be reviewing my ad for 24 hours, and that's it. now I basically just sit back. I'm gonna text a couple of people. I use Messenger to text people. I know you could use things like Project Broadcast if you have a really big list of people that you want to text, but I will just pop up Messenger on my computer or on my cell phone, and I will just copy and paste this link to people who I feel like would love to come. So there you go, everybody. This covers absolutely everything: our boost, choosing the class, the event, the whole 9 yards. I hope that you have found this video really helpful, and if you have any questions, please, comment below this video, respond to the email. If you got it in an email, you can reach out to me, and I would love to have a conversation with you if you need one about how to more effectively build your business. And I will see you back on next Tuesday for another Technology Tuesday video. Have a fantastic Tuesday, everyone.